Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and of course we are back for another album review, third in a row, and of course it will be the last for the day. And it's the new album for this classic Teutonic thrash metal band right here, Sodom, with the album titled Decision Day. Now, the last time they had released the album was in 2013. It was titled Epitome of Torture. And here, we are definitely back. And of course, this year we also saw the new album from other classic German Teutonic thrash metal band, Destruction, which I didn't get to, but to be quite honest, I wasn't all that thrilled to even get into that album. But here, Sodom, I had to. This is just a classic band and definitely one of my, at least my favorite German thrash metal band. And this album, if anything, it pretty much delivers. But here, and now the band has definitely went through little different sounds here and there. They didn't really change a whole lot of their thrash sound. They were definitely very true to their sound. But they did kind of tweak it here and there. Especially with Tom Angel Ripper's vocals. First starting out very kind of black metal-ish. Kind of, very kind of screechy or just kind of, real, almost like to put it, demonic, practically. Kind of, especially on this little EP right there. But then, of course, being subsequent, having word pronunciation issues, with, of course, Obsessed by Cruelty, and then Persecution Mania, and then later on with Agent Orange kind of bringing in more of a kind of a standard kind of thrash sound. But then, of course, with like Tapping the Vein and those sort, then throughout some of the 90s and here and there, they definitely kind of went and kind of tweaked a little of their sound. With this album, in a way, kind of goes back a bit to the sound that's on Persecution Mania. Tom Angel Ripper's singing is very much sounds like his singing on those really early Sodom albums, but yet being mixed with the sort of thrash style that was kind of presented on M16 and Code Red. So this is pretty much what you end up getting as a very good mixture. Of course, album being kicked off with In Retribution, just kind of starting off a little marching beats and stuff before just going to a raging thrasher. And then, of course, with the title track, Caligula. This is like the second new album where a band ended up using the title Caligula. I'm looking at Omen. Yeah, and then we got Who is God, which, of course, is kind of a question of either with like today's society, and that's something you also get with this album. It's very much a reflection of today's society with like either politics or the way with the war or anything like that. That's all bundled into this album. It's not really done as much like with Dave Mustaine and Megadeth's Dystopia, but the lyrics here are definitely at times can almost touch a little bit on political issues here and there. But of course, other tracks in here such as Strange Lost World, which really features a really good guitar solo from a guitar player, Berman. Just a good guitar solo. Let me also get a, which to the some it's a little goofy, Vaginal Born Evil, but the lyrics kind of has a bit of a deeper meaning. It's not really about, oh yeah, it's typical Satan, whatever. No, it actually probably has to do with like maybe some of the, maybe to put it this way, some of the war leaders in Iraq, or any of or even like Hitler, something like that. Some, real hell bent on trying to destroy the world or anything with like some of the past war leaders that we were at war with. If anything that are serial killers or anything like that, it probably can be put into that. So, to me, I see it as that. Of course, we got the song Sacred Warpath, which of course was originally released as like an EP back in 2014. And then, of course, the album ends with Refuse to Die. And of course, the track is a good way to end the album. Or unless you end up getting one of the bonus track copies, you'll end up getting the song Predatory Instinct, which is even killer than the Refuse to Die track. So I'd say that probably would be the best version to go off if you really wanted a pretty good copy of Decision Day. Overall, this is a solid German thrash metal album that's definitely quite a bit of some ideas thrown in there. It's not all thrashing from start to finish. There's definitely some good pacing, at least, some good variety here and there. It's not just, you know, trying much to break your fucking neck. They definitely put a little bit of thought here in this album. And of course I should also bring up the song Bloodlines, which kind of has to deal with the abuse of lions and over the stuff that happened with him last year or whatever, and you probably know what story. It definitely had made the news. Was it like a dentist that ended up killing a lion or so? Yep, stuff like that ended up fueling the lyrics for a song such as Blood Lions. Overall, good album. Rating 8.8 out of 10. Now you'd be thinking, with the whole pacing of the album and stuff, you think that this album might get a little higher rating. It's a good album. Maybe it's an album that really has to grow more on me. Maybe that's the thing. It's a grower. This is an album that probably has to be given a few more listens before you actually might give it a bit more. But for me, who knows? Later on, I may end up changing my mind and it will probably be like a 9.1, maybe. But when it comes down to the end of the year list, ratings go out the fucking door. So, if you have heard this album, I definitely would like to hear your comments. Also, I forgot to mention that the artwork for Decision Day was done by the guy who made this classic. Yes, Joe Pedno. Definitely cool. And of course, it probably has to also can be seen as a little tribute also to the fallen Lemmy or Motorhead. So, if you have heard this album, like I said, you can definitely post your comments down below and give your thoughts. This is Heavy Thrasher saying I'm out. I'll see you later.